done over this past year. We look forward, Father, to what you're going to be doing in this year ahead. We pray, Lord, that you continue to draw us closer to you, so that when we think your thoughts. When we see what you see. When we love others, we love them with the love of Jesus. And we pray that you will bless this day, bless our NYI president and council, and all of the youth of our district. In Jesus' name, amen.
So, this morning, leading us in worship as we get started is a brand new group, as far as I understand, Mia and the backup piece.
Amen. Let's all stand together as we worship. How great is our God? He is worthy. We sing to you, God.
back of my hair is amazing. All right. So the first order of business is to introduce our theme for this year for NYI convention. For NYI for the year for everything, our theme last year was renew. We focused on how God was renewing us and leading us to renew our churches and our communities. And this year, our theme is get out. We're going to be focusing this year on getting out, on doing ministry, on serving our communities, and working together as a district NYI on focusing on ways that we can engage in God's mission in the world. That's that. So the next thing, I should probably leave my schedule pulled up, is teen camp. So Steph's going to tell us about teen camp.
So good morning, everybody. Steve put together a slideshow, so I don't know what's up there. Okay. Never know what's going to happen. I have some exciting news, some really, really exciting news. So Steve and I were looking back at the speakers for the last at least 4 years of teen camp, and they have been people from our district. This year, I am proud to say we are getting someone who is not one of us to come talk to you guys. Woo! Our best friend from college, Thomas Crummer, is going to come and talk to us. Now, Thomas is a really interesting guy in that he started going to his grandpa's church when he was in high school, and he was one of the only teenagers there. And he decided that that wasn't cool, and so he asked his grandpa, "Hey, Grandpa, can I start a youth group?" And he said, "Yes, you can definitely start a youth group." So Thomas, the star basketball player of his school, started inviting his friends to church. And then he started inviting kids that weren't his friends and that weren't necessarily the people that, people like to hang out with, those people. You all know them. And pretty soon, before he knew it, his youth group doubled the size of the church. So they went from a church of 20 old people to a church of 20 old people and 20 teenagers, which leads to a lot of fun and interesting issues that he'll probably talk about. So Thomas is going to come and talk to us, especially with our theme, Get Out, on how you as a teenager can do stuff. Did you know that? You can do things. You don't have to wait until you're an adult. So we're excited about that. I have it on good authority. We're having the amazing duo activity coordinators, Kelly and Ellie, which I realized today, that name just fits perfectly, Kelly Ellie. Kelly Ellie have some awesome things planned. So if you missed out and weren't here last year for teen camp, we did, you see this powder thing right here? We did a color war, and it was so much fun. We're not doing color war this year, but I've heard some rumors of what Kelly and Ellie have planned, and I'm very excited, but I'm not allowed to tell you, and I'm really bad at secrets, so I'm gonna not say anything. No, not gonna tell you. So teen camp, it's hard to believe, is right around the corner. We have 2.5 months, I think, at this point. I have brought with me paper copies of the teen registration. And there's also a registration if you're an adult and you would like to come help as a counselor or whatever. There's a space to fill out what you would like to do. I have applications for that. We can also send digital applications. If you talk to either me or Kelly after we're done in here, we can get that to you. The registration, I should have had this in front of me. I'm trying to remember the day I said that forms need to be on. On the application, there are dates. Follow the dates. Early registration, the cost is $225. Late registration, so it means anytime, I think it's June 20th, but don't take that, I got the dates mixed up. But we have to get in all our applications by July, I think it was 4th. So the date on the form that says that's when the applications are due, that's when the applications are due. Because there are laws and rules, the campground has to have an exact list of who's coming. So if you don't make the list, you don't get to come to camp. And I really, really want to see you at camp. So make sure to get your applications in. Also, if you have any ideas for free time activities, I am all ears for you. In the past, we've done board games, we've done basketball, swimming, we even did Bob Ross painting hour once. So we are planning the free time activities, so if you have anything you would like to contribute, let either me or Kelly or Ellie know, and we will listen. So thank you all.
And now it's Chris's turn. So we're going to switch.
So I'd like to introduce my awesome associate back there, Claire, who is way better at that than I am. So hi. Thank you. You did respond. So I'm Chris Miner. I'm looking around the room to see, there's probably some folks whose names I don't know, but that's just because I'm bad at that. So anyway, I am aside from being the treasurer for the district, I'm also the NYC coordinator. Who knows what NYC is? Raise your hand. Most folks, okay. It is not, for those who aren't sure, it is not New York City in this case. It stands for Nazarene Youth Conference. Who wants to give a quick one-sentence description of NYC from the crowd?
30,000 kids worshiping all together.
It's closer to 10, but yeah. That's part of it. Anybody else? I know I didn't warn you about audience participation, I'm sorry, but. Life-changing. There are certainly, yeah, it can do that. I mean, God does it, but through NYC. There you go. It is an adventure. Sure is. It's in Florida. Yeah. Black t-shirts would be a bad idea for this one. All right. So NYC 23 this is next summer. All right. It is in Tampa, Florida, in July. Yeah, it's gonna be hot, but most of it's inside, so it's okay. Yeah, I mean, last time it was in Arizona, which, was even hotter. NYC is, Kelly has always described it as teen camp on steroids. It's kind of like, take all the stuff you love about teen camp, up the level of how awesome it is by about 20, and add in about, 9,500 of your best friends from around North America, and you've got a sense kind of what NYC is like. And Ellie, keep me honest on this because you've been and I haven't. It is the ultimate event for teens in the Church of the Nazarene, as far in North America is concerned. It's once every 4 years. That's changing a little bit next time around, but we'll talk about that next time around. And it is next summer, and you definitely want to be there. Steve and I went to a conference in Tampa in March to basically kind of start getting training on what's going on and what to expect and a bunch of other things, which was great because it was Tampa in March. So that's pretty awesome. But it was really, so I got to meet a bunch of the other coordinators from other parts of North America and to hear much more details about a lot of the nitty-gritty stuff, which you don't need to worry about. That's my job. But also just to start thinking about how big this is going to be. The goal for the church is to have 10,000 students there, not people, students. And there's, you can do the math. There has to be one adult for every 8 students, so you figure that out. Somebody else can do. Yeah, I'm not going to do the math. It's a lot. I cannot tell you how much you want to go. I cannot express to you how much you need to be there if you're a student. And so this is between age. So here's the little qualification. It's for people who are in grades 9 through 12. The way to think about that is in 2023, so next year, if you're going into 9th grade or you're leaving 12th grade, you can go. So basically, if you're in grades 7 through 11 right now, you can go as a student. If you know students in your churches or outside of your churches or around you think should go, they should go. And you should talk to me. I'm going to have a little session after this. One of the workshops is talking more about this. Well, I'll have some details about cost and the dates and what exactly to do with things. But this part, I'm really just saying you want to go and you want to get your students to go. There is nothing like NYC they will do as a teen. Nothing. And it's usually a one-shot deal for most teens. They got one chance. And it's, I haven't heard anybody who's been to NYC who regretted going and spending the money on it, because it's expensive. It's the most expensive event they'll do with the denomination. I can pretty much guarantee that, but it's worth every penny. The other part of it is if you're representing churches and the district, you want to help your students go. You want to help the students go. It is an investment that is worthwhile in them. So we can talk about that some more too as we go on. The other big thing that was revealed at the leadership convention, and Claire, you can hit the next one, please. What's the theme? Steve, we got it. I know, she's good. We're a well-oiled machine back there, man. That's right. The theme is overflow, which I thought was pretty cool. So there's a lot of, with images of water and things like that. Hold on, I'm pulling up something that I thought I had in front of me, but I didn't. There we go. One of the lines that came with it was, replace a life spent to come and go with a life meant to overflow, which stuck with me for some reason. We are meant to be overflowing people of God, overflowing with love and compassion and grace, and being lights to people around us who see something different because of what's overflowing within us, not because of us, but because of what God does in us. That's the idea behind NYC, is to fill up our students to overflowing, and then to send them back to continue to overflow, not just a one-time thing. And this isn't just filling them there. There's also a big part of this is what's called ministry with others, or MWOs, where we go out into the community and make real impacts in the communities, like to the point that cities are asking us to come back because of what happened and what the teens did. Tampa is super excited to have us coming. We had people from the mayor's office and other things coming in saying we're thrilled as to what this is going to mean. The other cool thing about this being in the summer is that we're the only gig in town. We're the only big convention around at that point in time, meaning we have the city to our, at our disposal. And Tampa's a really cool town. It's actually that's one of the fun things Steve and I got to do, is just kind of wander around a bit, and it's a really neat city. There are certain places we won't take you, I promise you that. You don't need to go to the cigar shops, I don't think. But it's going to be a chance to broaden horizons, to see beyond ourselves, to see beyond Maine, to see beyond the United States, to see beyond North America, to see the church in a lot of ways as it really is, this big, messy, beautiful creature that God has created in order to change the world, and that we get to be a part of. I mean, that's what this is, and I'm super, super excited to be a part of it and to lead our district. So yeah, I have one of the workshops that's in here. If you're at all interested, you're not committing to anything, but if you're all interested in knowing more, hearing some of the really dirty details, please stick around. I'm happy to talk, and during the course of the time that I'm here, feel free to grab me, and I'm happy to talk with you as well. But NYC is going to be amazing. You want to be there. So that's my spiel. Thanks. And thank you, Claire, because you're awesome. Woo!
All right, so now it's time for the most boring part. We have some voting to do, so we got to do a little bit of work. I hope everybody knows whether they can vote or not. I'm a little concerned that might not be true. So real quick, I'm going to tell you how you can know if you can vote. Are you ready? Okay, if you're not 11 years old yet, you can't vote. Sorry, Claire. If and you're doing a great job. Okay, so if you were elected by your youth group as a delegate to come here and vote, you get to vote. If you are the NYI president at your local church or the youth pastor at your local church, you get to vote. If you are an ordained minister on the Maine district, you get to vote. Now, for those of you that aren't quite sure if you were elected by your church to vote, okay, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Look around and count how many people are here from your church. If your pastor is here and there's 5 or less of you, you're voting. If your pastor is not here and there's 4 or less of you, you're voting. So with that said, there is behind me some information. I did not print any paper ballots. First, I need to actually read through the ballot, tell you who's on it. That's important. What? Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm going to read through it and say who's on it, and then we're going to approve it, and then we're going to vote. So don't vote yet. The ballot hasn't been approved. We might have to change it. I'm getting texts already. Good job, guys. Okay. So, I'm the District NYI president currently. I'm running on a yes-no, so vote yes, you want me to keep doing that job, or no, you want me to stop. And then we got to figure out who's going to do it, because no one else wanted to. We checked. And then we have to elect delegates to go to Global NYI Convention next summer. Awesome. So the delegates are, for pastoral delegates, TJ Torgerson, our youth pastor from South Portland, Stephanie Malcolm, pastor from the Stonington and River of Hope Churches of Nazarene, and Christina Couch, pastor of the Bodenham Church of the Nazarene and our quizzing director. For lay delegates, that is lay delegates over 23, so adults who aren't pastors. We have Kelly Miner from South Portland and our, District NYI Secretary and Festival of Life Director and, the person who makes stuff function. We have Joey Fortin from Gardner, and we have Cassie Kunkel from Millinocket. For student delegates, we have Caleb Torgerson from South Portland. We have Ellie Fortin from Gardner, and Amelia Donahue from here, right there. That is the ballot that our nominating committee put together, but I do need a motion to approve the ballot. Oh, I got one, okay. All right. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Hey, Ashton, you're going to have to make that motion again. So, I'd like to approve the ballot, but with the idea that the first person who's elected is the delegate, and then if they decide they can't go, the next person is the first alternate. And if they decide they can't go, the next person is the second alternate, so that we will have someone representing us there. Yeah, you vote for one, and whoever gets first place is the person, and then if they decide they're not going, it goes to the next person. All right. All right. So I tried to set it up that way. It wasn't good. All right. So Ashton still makes that motion. And Becky still seconds that motion. All right, so all in favor, raise your hand. All right, anyone opposed who doesn't want to do that? All right, cool. Yeah, the motion has passed. All right, so now go back. And there are 3 different ways. It's cool. There are 3 different ways to get the ballot. You can type in the link, you can take a picture of the QR code, or you can text me the word Aglets, and I will send you the ballot. And if you don't have a device that you can do that on, come to me later, and I will let you use my computer.
Or can you use mine over here?
Yeah. So if you don't have a device, you can go to Chris.
Nobody saw that. Nobody. That was very subtle.
And while we're waiting, and if you're voting, please continue your business. In case you don't know what an aglet is, wait, do I even have any aglets? Aw, man. Well, okay, so if you look at my shoelace, you will notice that there's no plastic thing on the end of my shoelace. It came off. But those plastic things on the end of your shoelace, those are aglets. I wrote a whole song about it. I think we're probably mostly done, and if you're not done, you got some time. We're going to announce results at the end. We still have some delegates who might be showing up. I want to give them a chance. So, I'm going to let you know what we're doing next. Why am I coming down here?
I don't know. You can say goodbye to the online folks, because I'm going to...
All right. See you later, online folks.
That was good. That's great.
Just following directions. All right. So what's going to happen next is we're going to